Today, we have prepared a countdown of 10 song lyrics that perfectly capture a place or time in Britain. And stealing the number 1 spot, the most beautiful song in the English language.
In 10th place, Castle on a Hill by Ed Sheeran.
I miss the way you make me feel, and it's real. We watched the sunset over the castle on the hill.
Although he was born in Halifax, Ed Sheeran spent most of his childhood in the countryside town of Framlingham in Suffolk.
The small market town is centred around a medieval castle, which Sheeran alludes to in this song. He was quoted as saying, "This is a love song for Suffolk, because I don't think anyone has ever done that."
Fun fact, even though Sheeran mentions sunsets in his lyrics, Suffolk is actually better known for its sunrises. Ness Point in Lowestoft is the most easterly point in the UK, so it's the very first place in the UK to welcome each new day. We do get sun sometimes.
In 9th place, London Calling by The Clash.
The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stop running, the wheat is growing thin. A nuclear era, but I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning and I live by the river.
Joe Strummer was The Clash's singer and a total news junkie.
Many of the images of doom in the lyrics came from newspaper reports that he read, detailing how London could come about its demise.
The lyrics perfectly capture the fears of flooding, nuclear war, and the coming of a second ice age that were all prevalent in Britain during the 1970s.
In 8th place, Warwick Avenue by Duffy.
When I get to Warwick Avenue, meet me by the entrance of the tube. We can talk things over a little time. Promise me you won't step out of line.
Warwick Avenue is a breakup song. She is meeting her partner so she can say goodbye.
Warwick Avenue is actually a tube station in central London. It is nothing remarkable, a place that leads to nowhere and the perfect metaphor for Duffy's broken relationship.
Interestingly, despite the success of Warwick Avenue, Duffy was quoted as saying, "I've only been there twice, once by accident."
In 7th place, My Little Stick of Blackpool Rock by George Formby.
With my little stick of Blackpool rock along the promenade I strung. It may be sticky, but I never complain. It's nice to have a nibble at it now and again.
This song highlights British attitudes at the time of its release in 1937. Not so much because of the song itself, but because of the response it got.
It became one of Formby's signature songs. However, the management of BBC Radio were concerned about broadcasting it because of its sexual innuendos, all pretty tame by today's standards.
In fact, there was such concern about the song's content that parts of it were banned from being aired. The thought of this little man strolling up and down Blackpool Promenade with something small and sticky in his pocket that rhymes with rock was clearly too much for the sensibilities of the time.
In 6th place, Camden Town by Suggs.
There's a great crowd of tourists, and they're coming down the street, pleased as punch with brand new Dr. Martens on their feet. Past stalls with leather jackets, old bric-a-brac, Indian sunglasses, or a Chinese bobble hat.
Camden Town in London is known for its goth, punk and alternative music scene. The streets are normally packed with people drawn by the massive open-air market and the picturesque Regent's Canal.
Madness frontman Suggs wrote observations of Camden Town that he made on his way to and from the Dublin Castle.
Dublin Castle is a pub in Camden, and it gave Madness their weekly residency, which kick-started their career off in 1979.
In 5th place, Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel.
I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe.
Little Salisbury Hill is located near Bath, England, where Gabriel would often walk or jog. He wrote the song about a profound spiritual experience that he had at the top of the hill after his departure from the progressive rock band Genesis.
Given the ancient history of the hill, it's no wonder Gabriel felt inspired when he stood at the top.
During the Iron Age, it was a fort between 300 and 100 BC. The huts that were within were burned down, most likely during the Belgic invasion of the region.
Since then, the hill has been the site of several bloody exchanges, including the Battle of Mount Badon.
This battle was allegedly fought between the Saxons and the Britons in around 496 AD, led by the legendary King Arthur.
In fourth place, Ferry Cross the Mersey by Jerry and the Pacemakers.
People, they rush everywhere, each with their own secret care. So ferry cross the Mersey and always take me there, the place I love.
Written by lead singer Jerry Marsden in 1965, this is a nostalgic look at Liverpool, which is the place where he's from. But did you know there's been a ferry crossing the Mersey for almost 1,000 years?
Incredibly, the ferry crossing was first recorded in the Domesday Book of 1086.
The Benedictine monks ran the first regular ferry service in the 12th century to take people to Liverpool's markets.
In third place, Cole's Corner by Richard Hawley.
I'm going downtown where there's music. I'm going where voices fill the air. Maybe there's someone waiting for me with a smile and a flower in her hair.
Cole was the surname of three brothers who opened a silk mercer and hosier at 4 Fargate, Sheffield, in 1847.
The store operated as Cole Brothers until 2002, when it was rebranded as John Lewis. But it is remembered by many Sheffielders of a certain age as a place to meet one's date, as in the song.
A plaque put up by the Rotary Club now marks the spot and ensures the history is not forgotten.
In second place, White Cliffs of Dover by Vera Lynn.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow when the world is free.
To the English, the White Cliffs of Dover are deeply symbolic. The small city of Dover sits closer to mainland Europe than any other port of the British Isles, and the cliffs are at the very edge of England, representing where home begins and the rest of the world ends.
To the song's American writers, Walter Kent and Nat Burton, bluebirds were a symbol of happiness and good luck, although they were probably unaware that there are, in fact, no bluebirds in England.
Nevertheless, The White Cliffs of Dover is an iconic wartime song. It is synonymous with home, happiness and freedom. It always brings a tear to my eye.
And stealing the #1 spot, Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks.
Dirty old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night? People so busy make me feel dizzy. Taxi light shines so bright.
Released in 1967, the Kinks' bittersweet hit Waterloo Sunset captures the melancholy heart of the city. Writer and Kinks frontman Ray Davies calls it a romantic, lyrical song about my older sister's generation.
Waterloo Sunset is possibly the greatest ever song written about London. But did you know that it was originally intended to be about Liverpool?
At first it was called Liverpool Sunset, but when the Beatles released Penny Lane, the title was changed so it wouldn't look like a rip-off.
Davis also realised how pivotal the City of London was to him. I saw several Waterloo sunsets. I was in St Thomas's Hospital there when I was really ill as a child, and I looked out on the Thames.
Pop music journalist Robert Christgau has called the song the most beautiful song in the English language, and Pete Townsend of The Who called it divine and a masterpiece.
To us, it is the perfect depiction of the South Bank and one of the most captivating and mesmerising artistic expressions of Britain we know. And that is why it is #1 on our list.
Do you agree with our list? Or did we miss out your favourite British song? Let us know in the comments below and perhaps we'll feature your suggestion in a future video.
Thank you for watching, we really appreciate it. Bye bye for now.
Bye!